What's up, guys?
Bang, bang. What's up? Get your lunch money, right?
I literally don't know what's going on right now. I am shook because I was just surprised by this comedian. While Wall Street's trying to get rich, the rest of us trying to get our lunch money right, and Polina's trying to be a smartass. She obviously has raided the female version of my closet.
No, this is you.
Oh, that's really my shirt?
Yes.
You literally put my shirt.
Look at how massive it is. As Joe said, this is from the original Pomp collection. So get your lunch money right.
Let's talk about oil.
This is what you're like.
What's going on with the oil?
It's negative.
Negative prices?
Prices.
Explain oil.
All right. So oil. Yeah. So they're trying
No, come on. Do it for real.
Basically, they're going to pay me to take barrels of oil.
Okay, we talked about this yesterday. What was your first question?
Wait, what was my first? Oh, where are you going to put it?
No.
Oh.
Why can prices go negative?
Yeah, why can prices go negative?
Do you remember?
Because there's too much supply and not enough demand, so they are literally running out of places to put it.
Nice. So the whole thing with the oil market right now is basically there's OPEC, which determines how much gets produced. Everyone agrees. Sometimes they disagree. Russia and Saudi Arabia basically produce so much oil that they push down the price of oil under the amount of production cost for U.S. shale oil producers. So U.S. shale oil producers can't produce oil profitably, right? So they're actually losing money when they produce. On top of that, there was the coronavirus, which drove a much lower demand for oil. So you're not driving your car, you're not flying, all the things that consume a lot of oil. And so therefore, as they kept producing oil, think of it as just supply and demand. If demand drops, but supply stays constant, then obviously the price is going to have to drop. What we saw yesterday, though, was physically settled oil futures contracts.
So, okay, wait, can I ask
Yes.
where, if I'm interested in getting paid for taking barrels of oil, are there places you have to put it, or can I just literally put it in my apartment?
Well, so you got to think about this. Isn't like people are just buying one barrel, right?
Oh,
what instead they're doing is they're buying hundreds or thousands or hundreds of thousands of barrels all the time. So we're trading millions of dollars of this stuff. And the whole idea behind a physically settled futures contract is it's a futures contract that has an expiration date. So the expiration date for the May futures contract was April 21st, today. And so yesterday, if you had this contract, you basically either said, I'm going to sell it today to somebody else, or if I'm holding it tomorrow, I have to agree to take the delivery of the oil in the contract in May. So let's say that, for an easy example, I had 100 barrels of futures contract. I could have sold that yesterday morning for $10 per contract or $1,000. But if I don't have a place to put the oil when it gets delivered, I can't hold the contract because I'm going to have to take delivery. So all of a sudden, I'm like, well, I'll sell it for $8, $7, $6. I'll sell it for nothing. Like, just take it. Wait, I'll pay you to take it. $5. I'll pay you $20. Dude, I'll pay you $50 to take this contract so that you're holding it when it expires and you take the delivery of the oil, not me. So that's what happened yesterday in the oil's futures contract. So that's why the price of oil dropped to negative. I'm literally paying you to take this contract off my hands. Now, this leads to the question of, well, where do people keep the oil? So there's things like warehouses where just literally they put it. There's reservoirs, so you can put lots and lots of oil in a reservoir. But there's even places where they're literally boats or tankers that have oil on them that are just floating around in the ocean right now because there's nowhere for people who want the oil. There's just a surplus. And so what ends up happening is, like, this is probably going to be very short-lived.
Has this ever happened in the past?
The price has never gone below zero, right? Because think about think about a stock. Like a stock, if I'm holding, we talked about Disney yesterday. If I'm holding Disney stock, Disney can go to zero, but that means the company's worthless now. But it can't go negative, right? Disney's not going to pay me to take their worthless stock. But because this is a physical commodity, I'll literally pay you yesterday to take this off my hands. And so now what's happening also is, like, the government is stepping up. So the U.S. government is saying, wait a second. We have strategic reserves. We've got some space. We don't have a ton of space. We have some space. So they're actually going to accept some of the oil as well. So literally, we're in a world where demand for oil is going down kind of over a long period of time, electric cars, all that kind of stuff. But the production for oil has stayed constant, right? And now in the coronavirus times, demand fell off a cliff, production stays constant. Now, the one saving grace before we move on is that Russia and Saudi Arabia have both agreed to cut production. Right. So if they decrease the amount of production, the price should stabilize and go up a little bit. But do you really want to count on Russia and Saudi Arabia doing what they said they were going to do? Do you agree that they're going to cut 9 million barrels of production a day? Like, there's a lot of questions in there. And so it's just really, really interesting. But, as I said, Wall Street was talking a lot of shit about crypto and other asset classes over the last couple of years. There's not a single shit coin that went to under zero, right? There's nothing, no other assets do this other than things like physically settled futures contracts.
We're seeing a lot of firsts for sure.
Do you want to buy a barrel of oil and put it in the apartment?
What are we going to do with it?
Well, they'll pay us $50 and then we can buy dinner. We can have a barrel of oil and get dinner for free.
We could eat on top of the barrel.
Yeah. You want to do it?
Nah.
Are you sure?
No.
Why? Oh, you're not sure?
No, I'm sure.
If I confuse you enough, can we just have the barrel show up?
No.
Okay, what's going on with the Cheesecake Factory?
So Cheesecake Factory.
Cake. Go ahead. If you're going to dress like me, then I'm going to act like you. Annoying. Go ahead.
So the Cheesecake Factory was really struggling, and they said they will not be paying rent in April. And luckily for them, a private equity firm called Rourke Capital swooped in and invested $200 million. What do you think the opportunity Rourke saw in Cheesecake Factory was?
Every single company will trade at some price. This is the whole lie that Wall Street has perpetuated, right? Is that a word? Yeah, perpetuated, which is they're sitting there saying, oh, we got to bail out the companies. We got to bail out the companies. We got to bail out the companies. No, we don't. There are investors in both the equity and the debt markets that will buy these companies or loan them money. They'll buy shares or they'll lend them money. It's just going to be at terms that the companies don't like because the companies have gone from being a price maker, meaning I set the price as the company,
to a price taker.
She's going to be an economics major by the end of this. And so the whole idea is Cheesecake Factory is in trouble. They say, we're not going to pay our rent. We don't have the capital. Investors look up and say, hey, I have capital. I'll give you capital if I get good terms or terms that I think are fair.
Yeah.
And therefore, Rourke Capital obviously thought that, hey, these are fair terms, so they're going to put capital in. Cheesecake Factory now strengthens their balance sheet. They should be able to pay rent, keep their employees, do all the things they need to do. We don't need the government to bail these companies out. Let the market go to work and let investors do what investors do. That's why the market works, because, again, the government's the idiot in the room. They're going to give sweetheart deals, and we don't need that to happen.
So fun fact, the other day we were talking to our friends, and I think, was it you that asked the question, if you had to pick one restaurant to eat every day for the rest of your life, what would it be? I forget what I said.
Did you say Cheesecake Factory?
No, our friend Ali said Cheesecake Factory, which is smart because there's, such a rich menu, right?
Cheesecake Factory is
I picked Applebee's.
I think in rap songs, they're like, I'll take it to the Cheesecake Factory. That's like it's just high quality enough to get you credit for taking her to a nice restaurant, but it's just low quality enough where it's not going to really hurt the wallet that much.
I had my 15th birthday at a Cheesecake Factory.
You ever been on a date to Cheesecake Factory?
I haven't been on a date.
You have?
No, I haven't.
No?
Have you?
No.
It sounds like you're...
I don't even think I think I gone to the Cheesecake Factory once. I walked in and it smelled bad and I left. For real.
He loves cheese. He loves cakes. He loves cheesecake. I don't buy it.
No, I've really never been.
Okay.
Conquis, you ever been to Conquis? Or Benihana's?
Oh, well,
hey man, Benihana's is so good. All right, go ahead. What's the next? Speaking of MegaRich, Benihana's is for the MegaRich, but what's going on with MegaRich?
I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. This is just like a weird, crazy story you sent me, but Silicon Valley's MegaRich are fleeing to New Zealand on this like private island during the coronavirus.
Well, New Zealand's not a private island. It's a country.
No. There's a private island off of New Zealand.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I think they're just going to New Zealand because New Zealand is an island. Okay, well.
See, Waiheke Island. I told you.
Yeah, but that's not where they're going. That's just one island.
Yes, it's considered a billionaire's playground.
All of New Zealand is. But the reason why New Zealand is because a lot of people believe it's the safest place in the world in terms of if anything bad goes on. It's so far away from everything else, and there's so much ocean in between it.
They've done a good job to kind of contain it.
They've done a good job containing it. And also a lot of people, I think like Peter Thiel and a bunch of other people, have previously bought very large properties there or mansions. They've got, bunkers and safe rooms and all this kind of crazy prepper type stuff. But now all of a sudden coronavirus hit and stories are coming out that people ran to New Zealand to stay safe. Would you go?
Where?
To New Zealand?
Right now or just in general?
Both. Right now, would you go?
No.
Why not?
I don't want to get on a plane.
Okay. Would you go in safe non-corona times? Why?
I'd go to Waiheke Island, see where the billionaires play. Just want to see.
Okay, let's move on to Tom Brady. Speaking of MegaRich, Mr. Brady, who is a complete sellout for leaving the Patriots, but go ahead.
So Tom Brady,
Greatest quarterback of all time, probably. I'm a Giants fan, but I will give him credit. Yeah, like literally, what are you doing leaving the Patriots and Bill Belichick? But he is the greatest of all time, most likely. And so you got to give him a tip of the cap. Got to respect the greatness.
So Tom Brady was working out in Tampa at a closed park. So some like police or whatever saw this individual was spotted working out by himself in the park, and they went over to say, "Hey man, like you can't work out here." And then they're like, "Oh shit, it's Brady."
So a like multi-time NFL champion quarterback was working out at a random public park in Tampa that had been closed.
Does he not have a house in Tampa?
He probably does. It's
Why
probably
is he
a
at the
big
park?
house. Well, because he needs more room than that, most likely. And so imagine being the police officer that shows up. Like, oh, sir, you're gonna have to leave the park. And he turns around and it's Brady. Like, what do you think they said?
I don't know.
Like, sorry, Mr. Brady.
No, they
can I get a autograph, please?
They told him to leave, and then the city of Tampa tweeted, "Sorry, Tom Brady. Our Tampa Parks and Rec team can't wait to welcome you and our entire community back with even bigger smiles." I bet you they didn't tell him to leave with a smile. But it's Florida. Who knows?
Like, if you're that officer, do you ask him for an autograph?
No, you can't.
Why?
Well, honestly, if it was me, I wouldn't even know who that was. Maybe if it was Tom Brady, I would. But like, I'd be all professional and be like, "Listen, Mr. Sir, get the fuck out of here." Sorry, I'm new today.
I did not expect her to drop that. Oh man. All right, royal birthday. Let's just keep going. Your father watches this. You can't speak like that. Evo, I have not taught her that. She learned that on her own. All right, what's going on with the royal birthday?
Okay, so Queen Elizabeth's birthday is today. Birthday is today. She turns 94, and the saddest part is the gun salute was canceled because of coronavirus.
How is she still alive?
So there's this great...
She's been 94 for like 2 decades.
There's this great meme of Queen Elizabeth shaking hands with like every U.S. president, and all those presidents are like long dead, and she's still here.
But she's like the real queen.
Yeah.
Like she like runs the country.
Well,
kind of.
Yeah.
But like, my whole question is, isn't all of their wealth taken as a tax? Like they get paid per person in both England and also other places, right? Like Australia, and the Commonwealth. So like, this is pretty crazy that there's really a queen. She gets paid millions of dollars a year simply as a tax on regular Joes. She's been 94 for like 3 decades, and she seems pretty chill.
Look at her.
Yeah, but like when you're that old, do you think you have like power problems? Like you're like, oh my God, I need power. I'm the queen. Everyone else shut up in here.
So I think she used to be like that. I think she's kind of loosened things up a little bit because, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, that whole situation, they recently, what is it called? Like gained independence from the royals.
They bounced.
That's
what that's called. They were like, we're out. This is ridiculous.
And I feel like
you guys keep trotting us out like we're little puppets. And they were like, we're going to Los Angeles.
And I feel like if she was younger, she would have never let that happen. But now she's just kind of like, I don't need to be part of your drama. Like, do whatever you're going to do. I'm just going to live my life.
You know who she kind of reminds me of?
Who?
It was Carol fucking Baskin.
Why does she remind you of that?
Because they're both old and look weird.
Oh.
And they both have power issues.
Okay.
I don't understand why the queen has a husband, but he's not the king. That's the part that I'm very confused by.
Because she's the royal. I don't think that he is of that lineage.
So if she's the queen, even though her husband, he's not considered a king because he doesn't come from the royal blood?
Royal blood.
Man, wild world people used to live in. Like people used to just wake up and be like, I'm the king because my father is the king.
Yeah.
Like,
and my grandfather.
I won the ovarian lottery. You peasant, go fetch me food.
You would have been like if we lived.
I've been the court jester.
Yes.
They'd been like,
you'd be the court jester.
Toodaloo, come here, sir. And I would come in and do like a little jig or something and tell a couple jokes. And they'd be like, go back to your quarters. And then I'd run away in my little tights and go eat some pork or something.
Yeah.
Look out the window and wonder where is Princess Polina. All right. Is there anything else that you would like to say to the people? We finished very fast today. 5 minutes. Not a lot of topics. Oil's negative. Cheesecake Factory got some money. MegaRich are fleeing to New Zealand. Tom Brady is just being a stud in Tampa, going to the park, saying "fuck your rules." And the Royals.
No cursing.
You cursed earlier. I can do whatever I want. And guys, just so you know, Polina will not be wearing this attire tomorrow. We're going to go have a conversation that she raided my closet. I think that's a TV show. Like Raid My Closet or something, right?
Wait, do you remember Room Raiders?
Room Raiders? What's that?
Where it was like you were like snatched into this van and then
wait, what? They kidnapped you?
Yes, and then
on television?
Yes, and then you would date girls. Or no. They let the girls.
This actually just sounds like
remember?
Sex trafficking, where they just kidnap you and you're dating a girl. Is that not what that is?
No,
not to make fun of sex trafficking. It's very serious. We should address it. But like,
you get in a van with like 2 other guys, and then they send a girl to all 3 guys' rooms, and then she raids them, and she's like, "Oh my god, he has like 1 billion black t-shirts. Like, why would I want to date him?"
And do they fix your room for you?
No.
Oh, they just make fun of your room.
No, they pick you based on your room.
Oh, that sounds stupid. All right. Anything? Last words for the people?
Be kind to your friends.
We appreciate you guys watching. Lunch Money every day, noon-ish. Why-ish? Because we don't have our shit together before noon, afternoon, right at noon, or 5 p.m. While Wall Street's trying to get rich, the rest of us just trying to get our lunch money right. If you're going to try to say what I say, then you have to learn the words.
Lunch money right.
We will see you guys tomorrow.